yield to my counterpart, Dr. Baird, for 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Dr. Persons, on the definition and so on of sustainable chemistry, could you elaborate on what the GAO found in terms of a common understanding of the definition of sustainable chemistry and how that overlaps with green chemistry? And then if you're successful with that, did you find that a common federal definition would be helpful?
Yes, sir. Thank you for the question. The report did not come out and report a definitive definition of sustainable chemistry. That was, in one sense, the key finding, is that there isn't that common understanding yet, but there were instead rather themes, some of which I was mentioning in the earlier opening remarks. Improving efficiency of usage of resources, the idea about managing energy, water, and things also, as you've heard some of our other panelists say, reduction of toxicity or hazardous substances, so all of these elements there. And then how do we do chemical transformations perhaps with more earth-abundant metals, let's say, and catalysts versus rare earth or non-renewable type resources. So the idea about emphasizing and using non-renewable resources is critical. And again, trying to do this all in a life cycle context is what's there, but how to build and have at least a sufficiently, yes, flexible understanding of sustainability, and yet still clear enough, I think, framework around that is there. Currently, the federal agencies are doing various programs and elements with respect to green chemistry and so on, but it just lacks that overarching coordination and framework to help drive that. In terms of the green chemistry versus sustainable, sir, I think that Dr. Warner spoke well about the idea about green chemistry in terms of what the technology is versus what it does, and I think that's the variance. The green chemistry is a key concept within the umbrella of sustainable chemistry, and so winning there is necessary, as Dr. Zimmerman said, but not sufficient. You want to still think about things in this sustainability framework that heretofore has not existed.
Thank you. Ms. Colton, I understand that you're leading the development of the first ever chemical industry sustainability metrics, and which will measure and report to the U.S. chemical industry sustainability performance. Can you tell us why ACC is undertaking this effort and how it will help the industry?
Certainly. As I mentioned in my testimony, in 2017, ACC adopted industry-wide sustainability principles, and based on those principles, we are in the process of developing metrics to assess progress, encourage process changes, process advancements and enhancements. We think that this will help express our industry's commitment to sustainability, as well as encourage sustainability progress across industries and in our customers and their customers as well. Thank
you. And I have about a minute and a half left, and so again, Ms. Colton, would you and Mr. Toomey both, you're going to have about 75 seconds. So anyway, what role should the National Institute of Standards and Technology play in supporting industry development of sustainable chemistry? And then the second part of that, should NIST be working with the industry on voluntary standards?
Thank you. Quite simply, I think that there's a need for a comprehensive framework to house this discussion. I think we're all coming at it from different points of view. If we can establish a clear language to talk about these emerging sciences together, that in itself would be the most valuable output of this. As for the measures, I don't have a position on that. I would say that there's a role for organizations like NIST and many others in this process. I think the principle of stakeholder input, of gathering the perspectives and expertise from a variety of inputs, is going to be very important. So certainly we would support the engagement of NIST and others as part of this process.
Thank you. I wish I had more time because I have questions for the other two, but anyway, I'm out of time and I yield back. Thank you.